Okay, just like we had continuous functions, we have discontinuous functions or broken functions, right? So it skips values. So it skips values in the domain. Or jumps. So in other words, this graph, or these graphs, are made up with two or more functions. All right, so let's take a look at a graph real quick. So a discontinuous function could look something like this. Let's call this -1. We'll call this 2. So this is a discontinuous function. So in our notation, right, we're going from -infinity to -1. And we're open on both of those. And we have to union that together with a 2. And then it goes out to infinity. So that will be a discontinuous function. You can see here that the x values in between -1 and 2 are not used. Okay. Another type of discontinuous function is also called a step function. So it would come across, and then let's say it's open there, and then it actually has the same domain value, but then it's made up of a different function. So that's like a step function. Okay, so another type of function that we're going to look at that's discontinuous that we're going to see a lot of in our class, more than these two, is a function that has a hole, or what they call a replaceable point. So that means it has a graph like this, and then you'll see a circle. So that's an open value, and then it just continues on. So that is an open value at 1. So that means 1 is not used. So if we're looking at domain, so these are domains that I'm listing here. I didn't do the domain for this one. Right, the domain for this one's actually all the real values are used, but it is discontinuous when you look at the graph because it's made up of two different functions. If we look at this one's actually discontinuous at 1. So we can say the domain, right? Let's use our notation skills, x bar, and it is equal to double bar r, which is all real, and then I can just say except for that one value, x equals 1. So that tells me that it is a discontinuous function at 1. Okay. So, let's move on and take a look and see if something is a function or not a function. So we have continuous functions. They're just broken apart. However, a relation, all functions are a relation. So all functions are relations. Not all relations are functions. How do we know it's a function? Every input only has one output. So in other words, the domain cannot repeat. So the domain cannot repeat. So let's look at our examples. Let's look at this one. We can list out our domain in this one, right? So remember, we have to go from least to greatest. So I like to look and say, okay, I got a -2, I have 0, I have 3, and I have 5. So I can just kind of list them in order from -2, comma 0, comma 3, comma 5. So therefore, I have all my domain values listed. And we need a fancy bracket to close it right here. Okay, so they're all listed. Is this a function? Does any of the domain repeat? No repeat, right? So there's no repeat. So the answer is yes, this is a function. Yes, that's a function. Look at the domain on this list over here. So let's say my smallest value is a 2, and then I have a 4, and then I have a 6, and I have a second 6 right here, right? So I only need to list the domain values once. Notice it repeats here. So this is no, not a function, and the domain is 2, comma 4, comma 6. Everything's only listed in once. And we have to list, just like a mapping diagram, we have to list from least to greatest, right? So please do not forget, let's put a note up there for that. So we're going from the smallest to the greatest. So list smallest to the greatest. So there we go, to the greatest value, smallest to the greatest value. Okay. So now let's come on down to number 3. We can show you in a table as well, right? So my domain is listed out nice for me here. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Remember, we're strictly talking about the domain. Sometimes the output will repeat. That does not change the fact that it is still a function as long as the domain has no repeats in it. So yes, this is a function, right? So each domain has one distinctive output. Let's look at the domain here. Well, we have 3, 4, 6, 3 repeats. Oh, sorry, 4. I did this wrong. 4 repeats. I am so sorry. Here, let's correct this. I'm a little too fast there. Let's say we got 3, 4, 6. Nope. Yep. Oops. Yeah, it was correct. 3, 4, 6. 3, 4, 6. 3, 4, 6. Okay, 6 repeats, but it has 2 different outputs, so no, this is not a function. No, not a function. All right. Okay, so on the next page, we have a couple of mapping diagrams. All right, so the key here is if we look at a input value over here, this is our domain. I have a 5 that comes out twice and goes to 2 different values. You can see it goes to different values. So no, this is not a function. I can answer that very quickly. No, not a function. And your domain is listed here for you. Remember, the only thing you have to do with the domain here is put your values in descending order. So -3, comma 5. That is our domain. Let's look at this one. Yes, this one is a function because we have no double arrows over here. This is okay. This is okay. The output, we have 2 different inputs going to the same output. That's okay. This is still a function. So let's list our domain. -6, -3, 0, and 3. And yes, this is a function. Okay. So now, on a graph, we want to be able to look and see if it is a function. So we're going to use a thing called the vertical line test. So, short VLT. Does it pass the VLT? So if the line hits a point twice on the graph, it is not a vertical, or it fails the vertical line test, and it is not a function. So let's put a vertical line up here. Let's get a vertical line. Here we go. Do that one. Let's make it red so we can see it. So here's our vertical line. Right there, we're going to cover the whole graph. And now if I take this vertical line and I drag it, and come on, drag for me. Doesn't want to drag for me here. Okay, there we go. And I drag it across. Notice it only hits the graphed line, one in the shape of a U, only at one place. So yes, that's a function. Let's look at this one. Oh, that fails. Look, it hits at 3 different places. That is not a function. Now, over here, we could do it with points, and you only hit 1 point at a time. If I drag this across and I hit 2 points, it would not be a function. So, the first one here is yes, a function. Yes, it's a function. This one's no, and this one is yes, it is a function. Okay, so now if we go to the next page, we can still do a vertical line test on these. Okay, if I come across each domain value, remember the input only has one input. So yes, This one is a function. So yes. And now it's asking for the domain. So I need to find the x values where these points are. This is at -2, -1, 3, and 4. So those are the domains. And yes, that is a function. Now, if we take a look at the next one, let's quickly get a vertical line here. So we get a vertical line. Let's make them red. Perfect. And drop our vertical line down. Now we can check the points on this graph to see if we have something that fails. Okay, so we drag this across. Okay, it's only touching one, only touching one, touching one, only touching one, only touches one, only touches one, only touches 1 point at a time. If it touched more than 1 point at a time, it would fail the vertical line test. It would not be a function. So this one is, yes, it is a function. And let's look at the domain values. The domain values, let's say we have 1, 2, -3, -2, -1, 1, 2. Okay, so -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, and then this last one, right? Oh, this is a -3. I'm sorry. Let's put that in front. -3 right there. Okay, -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, and then 3 and a 4 goes on there. So that is our set for that, which could possibly be a function. All right, so that is the end of the notes. And you can take a look at MathSpace for the assignment. It should be listed also in Schoology. All right, see you next class.